Broadcast live.
I think also, it's just that, I'm comparing a person that is and that was. You never see a thing until you see it evolve. When I think of Electric Bushman and I think of this, I think Electric Bushman was almost like you were trying to define something, but you don't even need to define this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes it seem
it's like it's like a role reversal sort of.
Yeah, it makes it seem like Electric Bushman, you're young, you're trying to figure it out, you have the pieces, but
this is Electronic Bushman. I just feel like Electronic Bushman just represents me just trying to like go out there and find sounds, you know what I'm saying, and just do whatever I can in terms of like just bringing something new to the table, you know.
But I'll tell you how I receive it. And like obviously you could have your own view and how you want it. I tell you how I receive it as a consumer.
Yeah.
Obviously you're closer, and I feel that you which Bushman now, it's one thing, right? It's another thing, right? But I feel that as a closer person, you live in a modern world.
Yeah.
You're connected to, you got a global view.
Yeah.
And I feel that it's even beyond that. I think that you've taken, as a closer person, you've learned everything around you from the various sounds. You put it together and you've created something that like South Africa, a lot of other kids, whether you Sotho, whether you whatever, you can go, I can still be cool.
Yeah.
And do that. Which for me with Electric Bushman, it was still a little bit like when you made songs, it was still a little bit like, okay, I get the word, but I can still see the international influence. But with this, it's like, this is a modern South African sound. I'm not feeling like you're trying to be like, there's a little bit of a Kanye, there's a little, because they can't, they'll come to you. You're the source for this.
Yeah, I just felt like, like a kid in the village must be like, this is our sound. It's just like they must identify with this, like my family as Lalin, they must be like, yeah, this is ANATII that we know. That's what it's supposed to feel like. It shouldn't be like some, not to say like fabricated, because a lot of the times, our lives are sort of inspired by everything that we've consumed, on TV, social media, what we've been influenced by. So I felt like with this, like I had to shut all of that out, and just go for like what's gonna be the most purest thing that comes out of me,
But you remember, whether you like it or not, your energy will always be 2018, will always be the today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Your energy will always be that. So through that, with you shutting everything out, you will always bring the energy of 2018.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
And when you take something old or take something that's ours, and you bring in the energy of 2018, you literally like make the kids who are actually growing up going, I want to sound trappy, I want to sound, and then they hear what you're doing, and then they go, damn, he don't even sound like he's trying to be too traditional. He doesn't even sound like it's still got, I want to use the word, I'm trying to avoid to use the word swag, but like, you know what I mean?
What traditional swag?
It's still authentically cool and credible. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you say a lot of people try to get old. But like, that's what I'm saying. I think you found the sound because it still sounds authentically cool and credible. Without it sounding like, ANATII was trying to be too traditional, it was trying to be too American. It's just nothing like that,
Yeah, man, it's a blessing. I don't know, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because even just making the music, I didn't necessarily like think about it in that way. Like when we were in studio, we were just creating. Like this was the journey, this was the road that we decided to go on. This is where like my heart was, like my mind space, everything.
Yeah. I think what you need to acknowledge is that what you guys need to do, I don't care whether this album's going platinum or not. Y'all gotta just.
It is. What do you mean?
Y'all gotta stick it up the wall already, because people are gonna look back on this album, and this is a defining album. You don't see it now. it might grow later and become, but this album is gonna define how a lot of other kids are gonna start. When the world goes, yeah, we hear you can rap, we hear you got punchlines, we hear we just want that African thing. This album is gonna be the reference.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even like looking for punchlines and things like that. I wasn't even like, even with the verses, like when it got down to the verses where I was rapping in Xhosa, like it was so effortless and so seamless. I wasn't even like thinking about this stuff. I was just like, speaking about fam, speaking about my cousins, speaking about back home. Things were coming out so easily. Like it was just like, okay, what's the next one?
Because it's you.
Yeah, because it's me. I feel like a lot of the times, like we take so much time to like think about, okay, this is what we want people to perceive us as, and this is what we want people to believe, or so it takes up so much time and so much effort of your thought, because you constructing this thing, and not to say that it's fabricated, but it's constructed. It's like when you decide to show people your life, you ultimately like decide what you want to show people. So with this, I was just like, vibes.
Yeah. Imagine that you had a gift and you kept on trying to put a gift on top of your gift. That's what the problem is with Africans who get so conditioned by the world. They got gifts, then they try to put a gift over the world on top of their gift, and their gift gets diluted.
Yeah, that's what, and I always say that, like, the reason why I went this direction is because I wanted an undiluted sound. I wanted something that's vulnerable, that's just me.
Oh man, it's a great album. I think I'm just projecting. I think this one is really one for the books, and and if anything, I just don't know what you're gonna do after this.
I mean, you're
gonna listen to the vibes. You're gonna further listen.
I mean, yeah, I have more music. We're gonna give people the deluxe.
Yeah.
The extendo.
Yeah.
The extendo is definitely gonna come, and then just more vibes. I mean, there's no features here, so I'm gonna do features again.
Do you feel that, like, it was on Don't Forget to Pray. I mean, that was really the verse that like made everybody go, wow, is that ANATII? Do you think that gave you confidence to it? Do you think that's almost like the initial confidence that opened up your eyes to the possibility of going further, exploring this further?
Not really. I mean, I just felt like it was just a cool idea.
Yeah.
It was just like a cool idea, and people like loved it, so I just wanted to expand. But I had other vibes like that. But funny enough, like with that one, it was even before I did it, it was a joke almost.
Yeah.
Because when I said, like, yo guys, I'm just gonna start the verse with like, Chinikwetin. And then they're like, okay, whatever, dude. And then came back and I really gave them the full verse in class, and then they were like, okay. We can mess with this. And then we just like kept on doing it. I had other songs like with Dimples. I rap in Xhosa, like even these songs, Xhosa, vibes that I did before that weren't released. It was just coming out so easily, effortless.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And funny enough, Java put me on something dope, because I remember this one day, Java came through and he gave me this CD, and it's like super old, and it's this guy, I forget the guy's name, traditional music, and he's from Eastern Cape, Xhosa, and the cadence is on there, all these, and like this stuff is like, oh bro, they already had the vibes, the frequencies, they had everything down packed. So nothing's new under the sun. Like there's nothing new. People say like, guys overseas, I'm not gonna like name names, like guys overseas created those flows. Like we've had them, Apekaya the whole time, we've had them. So I definitely did, do my research and study and just see, where these things come from, so shout out. We've always had it. We've really always had it.
There's a war out there, is a war of all the other things that music gives you, you know, which are the material things, and then there's the war of the creator, you know. So when I look at it, I feel like you in that war of the creator, you know, the creator's war, you know, and not because you're consciously in it. It's like, you know, you are. Your stuff sounds like it's researched. It sounds like it's thought of. It's well thought of. You don't wanna. You never come out half. You don't wanna come out half-hearted. You know, even if I'm talking about your old stuff from your videos, I'm not even talking about it like there was a problem with the stuff. I'm talking about you. It's really about your growth. Because I even remember when your first video came out. Like, I was just getting calls about this ANATII kid. Yo, on MTV. MTV was giving me a shout out. Y'all see that electronic Bushman, whatever video. I think Jesus was calling me at that time, and he was like, yo. When I think about when I first heard about you.
Because we had apartheid footage in there. We had all sorts of like crazy things.
Yeah, it feels like you have this wealth of knowledge, you know, and you just don't do music like just because. What are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm not reading anything at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like a few books, but I haven't been reading because I was in the studio for so long. But I do love learning. You know, like that's why I like gaining knowledge from people, like any sort of information, enlightenment. You know, so.
Yeah, yeah. But I think but like generally you listen a lot.
Yeah, like, and I listen to people.
Yeah.
You know, like I listen to people's like experiences, people's like, you know, words of encouragement, people's light, you know, other people have so much to share, it's just that we never give them the chance to. You know, you'll be amazed at what people have to share with you, like once you give them the chance. So I'm just like, I'm an open person. When I meet people, I speak to them, we engage, you know, because there's so much that you can learn about yourself and others, you know, just by engaging with other people,
So you've pulled out, it's like
these aren't things that I went and like, encyclopedia or world book and okay, you know, we come from here. It's just about, you know, this journey of life and me being blessed enough to know people and just, you know, engage with different people. You know, speaking with you, it's enlightening too, you know. I feel like we should always just appreciate, you know, our encounters with people. I'll admit what I did to grab all your attention.